What is up, everybody? It is me, DevilNeverCry, and today I'm bringing you a quick video that a lot of you have asked me to actually cover, and that is, of course, the glitched out, debug, playable version of Vergil. Now, I'm playing this in real time. Before we even get into this and what the hell this is, to get access to this, you do need the community edition mod or the cheat table. As you can see, this version of Vergil just doesn't really work in the conventional sense. Nevertheless, this is Vergil. This is the legendary son of Sparta himself. You know, a lot of people tend to hear the news about there being a form of playable Vergil, of, you know, some debug version. What people want as part of a DLC, you know, this, that, and the other. And I guess this gives us some sort of semblance of what he'd play like. For those of you who don't know, this essentially works by taking what I believe is essentially all the attack animations from the boss fight. Now, we're in Mission 1. I've used the character swapper portion of the cheat table to basically mod the game so that we're playing this mission as Nero, but technically we're not. We're playing as Vergil. I don't know why he's trying to run into this corner. That's not where I'm pointing the joystick. The controls seem to be a bit weird. Why is he off in that corner? Okay, so I can't really move him all that well. He seems to only want to sort of go in directions sometimes. I'm not exactly sure why that is the case. Case in point, I'm trying to get him to turn. He's turned. So, he works how you think he'd work, by hitting the melee button, which I've got mapped to triangle. He attacks with the Yamato. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. He didn't seem to want to attack with the Yamato there. So, it seems that he controls like a goddamn tank, literally, because he just doesn't control like any other character. What does the gun button do? That's a parry, I believe. I think. He still jumps. You can lock on, and whilst you lock on, you are strafing. I don't know what the hell he's doing holding both of the Yamato with both hands there, but you can hit him with a rapid slash. That's a stinger input, by the way. Holding it and you'll rise, just like in DMC4 and I believe DMC, the reboot. Can we have a high time? We do have a high time. The style button is a teleport, which is pretty cool. It's the trick up. I'm assuming it's a teleport. Very tricky to get him to actually go straight. Interesting. By pressing the left trigger, I seem to have got him into this phase where he looks like he's trying to block. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly restart here because he seems to be stuck no matter what button I press. So, Devil, don't press the left trigger. Ooh, you can Devil trigger though, and it seems to. Well, okay, I'm trying to attack here, but it doesn't seem to really be doing all that much. You do have aerial attacks. You do have pause combos, which is pretty cool. Not what I meant to lock onto. That's not an issue with the game, with the mod. That's just DMC5's lock-on system in a nutshell. We got more enemies here, so we're gonna continue going on. We're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna blow ourselves up. Of course, there is no health bar, which is pretty cool. There is no just release, it seems. I'm not entirely sure how you'd go about doing any sort of judgment cut. Okay, that didn't make sense. How the hell did that work? Well, I'm kind of fighting blind here, to be honest, guys. I'm not exactly sure how we got that going. The movement is really annoying me. This must be on Son of Sparta difficulty. Game, what are you doing? Don't do me like this. But you can see why this is jank and why people shouldn't really get their hopes up, because this isn't a fully playable version of the character. Again, it runs off the animations from the boss fight, which I believe even DMC3, that version of Vergil in the Special Edition, was built solely off his boss fight animations, which, you know, isn't such a bad thing. There aren't any summoned swords, unfortunately. But I'm going to make it a habit to not. Okay, no more Devil Trigger? No more Devil Trigger. Interesting. So he's quite limited, in all honesty. You know, the physics and animation, you know, they all seem to work quite well. His cape flows. Sometimes his sword is facing the wrong way. Again, he wasn't really meant to be playable, you know. Still don't know what this does. What does the D-pad do? D-pad does absolutely nothing. Wonderful. Devil Trigger? No Devil Trigger. So to use the actual trick up, you have to be standing absolutely still. We've got a terrible cutscene. Oh, hold on. What? Okay, so once you're in... Okay, so if you manage to trick up, and then it's back on the left stick, lock on, and the melee button, he seems to sometimes do the judgment. Okay, now he doesn't want to do it. Now he doesn't want to... Interesting. Right, well, this is jank AF. We're gonna see how far we can get with this. We're gonna get to the boss fight, I'd hope. We've got the hentai tentacles. We're just gonna run straight past them. Vergil doesn't deal with lowly beings such as that. There's a boss fight over there. But first, I'm just gonna... No Devil Trigger. I'm gonna struggle to fight against 3 Hellcanas. To be fair, this is Son of Sparta difficulty. Not Vergil Must Die difficulty. Can't lock on for the life of me because there's no HUD. There's no heads-up display, health display. Well, we do have that so-called concentration effect with the snow, it seems, or whatever you want to call it, which they added in the 1.08 title update. Doesn't really seem to be doing anything. I mean, this is really half-baked. I'm trying to judgment cut some people, but it's not working. It does have to have some sort of inertia, though. No? That was pretty cool. No judgment cut. No judgment nuts for us, guys. Right, we're gonna go take on this boss and see if the game will crash. I really hope it doesn't. In the cutscene it shows his son, but of course it is Vergil. We seem to be doing a little bit of damage. This tentacle being is no match for the power of a Son of Sparta. A glitched out Son of Sparta, might I add. Yeah. Surprised it's taken me this long to actually test this out. I don't know why that is. Doesn't work in the void, this character swap thing. I've tried it. It's just in missions, which, you know, it's understandable. These guys can't get to me. Seems if you time some things, you get different effects. Devil Trigger still doesn't want to work. Oh, now it does. So I'm doing extended damage. That was a judgment nut end for you people. That was a nut. Ooh, okay. That judgment cut did a fuck ton of damage there. I'm not entirely sure why. There's another one. And we judgment nutted all over the good old hentai monster. We got no stylish points, but people, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We just played as Vergil for a goddamn mission. What does it matter, people? You can do this. No, but in all seriousness, ooh, see, right, let's not look at the rank. Let's just focus on the fact that we just played as Vergil. So if you want to mess around with a character for probably about an hour or so before you get bored of it, check this out. The character swapper thing is part of the Community Edition mod, the cheat table. So if you've got a PC and you've got a copy of DMC5, again, do go check it out. With all of that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. If you enjoyed today's video, do leave a like and consider subscribing to stay up to date with everything DMC. As always, guys, I'll see you next video.